I'm Deion Sanders. There's nothing like being on a championship team, but the team that means the most to me, my family. There's no sweeter victory than motivating my kids to reach for their dreams. But some parents take it way too far. They don't know I'm coming, and when I pay a surprise visit, anything might happen. So hang on, it's prime time for a reality check. This is Sports Dads.
Hi, I'm Joe.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
And we're the Palomar family. With Caleb, he has passion, desire, and a competitive edge, and he just naturally picked it up.
He's not afraid of being hit. He almost thinks it's fun. You know, go up and get a good punch in the face. Hey, good, I'm good, let's go.
Well, I can't wait until I knocked him down to the ground.
We went on to a boxing gym, which centered on his movement and defensive game. And from there, it just exploded.
Let's go, Caleb!
His competitive nature, his strength, he loves to achieve and win and get first place.
Joe wants Caleb to be a professional boxer.
He just wants me to be a pro athlete.
Caleb's competitive nature probably comes from me. I believe my wife's told me this in the past, that, you know, I always try to make things a competition.
After round one of the Palomar family, there's one word that keeps ringing in my ears: competitive. I know a little something about that word, and let me tell you, it can be addictive.
Quick, 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 quick. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
He makes me push harder.
You know, it doesn't matter how much training you have, you have to put together in the ring.
You just like train a lot. I don't really like to train as much.
They're training and doing something all year round.
I want to take a break because I don't like training as much.
Don't back up. You're told don't back up. And you go circle, 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 circle every time, circle. Don't make it fall. Don't make that back fall. Let's go. Don't quit. Nicole has at times said, Joe, it's too much.
You know, sometimes I'm thinking, oh, you know, he's 11.
Not so much vocally, but, you know, the way that she acts, you know, maybe a little short with me at times.
Come on, let your hands go, let your hands go. Let's go.
That's when my wife would say it's a little bit too much, schoolwork needs to come first.
Joe's the one that he's put a lot of the work into him. He's the one teaching him, and he's the one with the expectations.
You know, sometimes people say you're pushing him too hard or he's training too hard. We have been to gyms where he's trained his butt off and he's ended up crying.
Even if a child is willing to be pushed hard, we adults need to know when enough is enough. Otherwise, the very competitive nature that we instill could one day turn against us.
The kids, I can tell a lot of times they get real stressed.
Sometimes I'm worried about losing in a match.
It's very frustrating when you see your boy do poorly against a kid that he can beat.
If I'm like wrestling a harder person, my dad will say, you learn by your mistakes, and we keep on working on the same thing until we get it down.
I think he worries a lot about letting Dad down. I think Caleb does worry about failing him or disappointing him.
You know, when you lose, don't sit there and grab your neck, grab your elbow, and start crying because, you know you lost. You know what? Just bite your lip and move on.
Caleb Palomar is a young boxer who isn't afraid of taking some punches. His dad, Joe, dreams that one day he'll be a pro. I've known plenty of families like the Palomars, and I've seen single-minded focus on competition lead to tensions that break bonds that are most precious to us. My mission today, to show them that something might be missing in their lives.
Good, good, good. Good?
You're training the champion there, Joe.
Oh, my goodness. Get out of here.
I heard this voice behind me the whole time, and I was thinking, you know, who's this man talking behind me? And it didn't click until I turned around, and I believe I probably did a double take.
After breaking the ice, I asked Joe if I can sit with the boys to get their perspective on being a super competitive family. He's okay with that, but I'm sure he guesses that something's up.
You guys get along?
Sometimes whenever.
Uh-oh, I got a little... What does that mean? Who has the battles?
Those two, well, mostly Dave usually takes on me. He hardly does anything to me.
But you know they love you, though, right?
Yeah.
But they're gonna pick on you. That's just a part of being the brother, right?
Yeah.
So describe your family sports schedule.
It's hectic. It can get pretty crazy.
Would you say it's abnormal or it's pretty normal?
It pushes us out of the norm, out of our comfort zone.
What does your dad expect from you guys, being athletes?
He expects us to give it our all, even though there will be times when we mess up, but as long as we give it our all and just put our heart out there.
Oftentimes with our kids, and I'm at fault with this, you try to right your wrongs through the kids. So is there a bit of that when it comes to Caleb?
I give him what I believe he can manage. You know, I've seen him leave training sessions crying. I said, you know what you're working for? You want to be a champion. He's like, yes, sir. Knowing what you have to go through. There are days you're gonna be crying. There's days you're gonna be pushed where you don't want to be pushed, you know, and dreading those words that he's gonna say, you know, I'm done. You know, would I love to see him in a ring, pro fighting? Yeah, I would.
One thing that I'm hearing a lot of, kids, schedules, sacrifices, but I'm not hearing a lot of, what do you guys do? Aside from sports, how can we invest back in ourselves?
I don't know that. I mean, I honestly don't know what I'd do without sports and without going out. Because when I think of something to go do, it's, you know, going out and doing a, 50-mile bike ride.
You don't
or
want
going
to
out
put on the shoes and go jog down to the movies together. Is what I mean. But something outside of that norm that you guys can do, something that...
Right now, I think we've gotten so used to our busy life that
it's normalcy.
we'd be lost.
Joe and Nicole use competition to motivate their kids, and I actually think they're doing a great job. But there's something that gives balance to competition, and I have a strategy to show them what it is. I want to issue a challenge to you guys that we could stay together and stay focused on what's really the task at hand, and a kind of a challenge, if you guys are up for it. Challenge. You're athletes, right? Very competitive. You want to do this?
Let's do it.
We do.
Joe Palomar is a hands-on sports dad who is training his son to become a champion. The family life of the Palomars revolves around competition. I issued the parents a challenge to see if I could help them discover the very thing that gives balance to competition: cooperation. Steve!
All right, welcome.
What's going on?
My
good friend Steve is a family dynamics coach who uses ingenious tools to bring out the power in each of us to work together as a unit to accomplish a common goal. The first exercise is a simple warm-up just to get the blood flowing.
And go. They got to be all the way on. You don't have to buckle them up or anything like that. Just get them on. You got to have the gloves on. Got to have the racing gloves.
Gotta go. Go.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to be hooked. You don't need to be hooked, right? Get on.
Uh-oh.
Go.
Oh, there they go.
Let's go.
Caleb.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, nice. Go, Caleb.
Come on.
Hey.
There you go.
Don't let them run you over there.
Stop. You got to turn it around.
Yes. All right. Okay.
The next challenge is designed around communication and leadership. If anyone falls off the skis, they have to run a lap and start all over.
All right, here we go. Right. Okay, everyone pick up your left foot now, and then go forward. Right foot, go forward.
You guys got it. They're finally getting the message. Collaborating with each other and letting different family members take the lead from time to time, this can be just as rewarding as competition. And that's how bonds can be made stronger.
I didn't know we were as close as we were. You know, you think we were close, but it was kind of a lot, deeper closeness that, I saw hints of the kids going a little deeper than saying, Dad, I love you. There's a lot different than that. And so from the show, it's like, you know what? Any parent, you can leave an impression on your kid, an impact, but it's probably far deeper than you would ever realize.
As long as this family continues to bob and weave together, they'll never be down for the count.